morning, everyone. This is Elaine with Anabellas. Welcome back to Flosstube number 92. I'm very happy that you're here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel is primarily about cross stitch and quilting and paper crafting with a little bit of my life thrown in. And I do hope that you'll look up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Ring that notification bell. That will just let you know when I've uploaded a new video or I have some fun news to share. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm so glad that you choose to spend a little bit of time with me on Friday mornings. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. That would mean so much to me. And ring that bell. Like I said, it'll just notify you when I've got some news to share. So let me just tell new viewers what our philosophy is here at Anabellas. Basically, it's very simple. We believe that it's perfectly okay to be perfectly imperfect. And what I mean by that is whatever you're making or creating, if you make a mistake, just push on through, go ahead and finish it off, display it, gift it to a friend. Don't stick it in a drawer, but just enjoy the actual art of creating, whether it is cross-stitching or quilting or paper crafting. I make a lot of mistakes along the way, but I very proudly display and give away my finished pieces. And I hope you do too. So let me give you just a quick life update. I still can't remember anything about the accident. Evidently, you know, this is pretty common after a car accident. I may never remember, but I'm fine. I don't have any injuries or any, you know, head trauma or anything like that. I just, you know, have amnesia. I'm just never going to remember, evidently. And that's okay. Maybe that's God's way of protecting me from whatever I did that day. So that being said, tomorrow, which is today, you're watching this, so I'm filming on Wednesday this week, actually. My son is going to be here. So we're very, very excited. He arrives on Thursday morning, very, very early, which is usually my filming day. So I am filming this on a Wednesday. Maybe a short video today because I've kind of got a lot of things I got to do before he gets here. But he will be here early tomorrow morning, and we are going to have a wonderful weekend together. They leave on Sunday, so it's going to be a very quick trip. But we're going to go to Dolly World in Tennessee. We're going to take a road trip. Terry's staying behind to take care of the puppies and to take care of the shop. But I'm going to take the kids over to Dolly World, and we're going to make a great day of it. So we're looking forward to that. Fall is at its peak here in Western North Carolina. It is absolutely beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. And I've been coming up here for 20 something odd years, but it is just, they say it's the most beautiful fall they've ever had. So, I certainly believe that. So, what did I do last week? Other than getting ready for Andrew to get here, I did do some designing. So my daughter and I are working on some new charts that we will be releasing soon. And I'm doing model stitching, so I'm stitching away. And that's about it. I did make a couple of scrapbook pages. Let me show you those real quick. And I'm just going to show you these because I promised I would show them to you last week. But moving forward, every Wednesday, beginning this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a separate video for scrapbooking and paper crafting. So tune in this coming Wednesday. It'll be the first episode, CraftTube. I don't know what it is going to be called, but either way, it's just going to be a video with me as I highlight paper crafting. So I hope you'll tune in there if you're a paper crafter. But let me show you what I did. I told you that I was using the new the new designer that we now carry in the shop, Simple Stories. And I made 8 Christmas cards, which I showed you last week. And then this week, I went ahead and I made a scrapbook page out of the same collection to show you. Because I wanted you to see, you know, what the possibilities are in the collection other than making a card. So I made some pullouts. So this is the scrapbook page that I made using the same Simple Stories Vintage Christmas Lodge creation. Paper pack. So this right here, where you see the white, this is where you would place your photo. This is just plain paper over this. This is a paper die cut. So I just put this on here just so that there would be something for you to see rather than plain white. But you would go ahead and place your photo here. This is 4x6. So the paper mats that I cut are just a little bit bigger than that. But you would place a 4x4, a 4x6 photo here, and this is a 4x4 photo. So here, what I did was when I matted it, I made this a pullout. So it's great to have photos, But if you don't have a story behind the photo, it kind of makes it hard to tell someone what they're looking at. So I always try to include some journal cards or something in my scrapbooks that I can just kind of pull out and then, you know, refresh my memory, or whoever's looking at my scrapbook, about, you know, what was going on that day. And the reason that I kind of have gotten back into paper crafting as much as I have started when I had my grandchildren. I didn't have my grandchildren. When my kids gave me grandchildren. You know, these days, all our photos are on our phone. And when you go back and you look at the photo, sometimes, you know, you don't have to be old not to remember what's going on. I mean, I have thousands of pictures on my phone. And I want to know more about that picture. So I'm back to paper crafting. I'm back to really preserving my memories and my family's memories. And, you know, when I'm gone, or, you know, when my kids are older, they're not going to go through mommy's phone to see family photos. They're just not, you know. So I think that going back to paper crafting and memory keeping, and preserving my family's memories, is something that I'm really aspiring to do now as a grandma, and as a mom, and as a wife, and as a friend. So I'm just really enjoying it. So that's where the journal cards come in, is just to make sure that I've documented something about the photo. And then, you know, here I used another little die cut. I can just handwrite something in here, or I can use another sticker. Some of this is layered. So this is a chipboard piece, and this Merry Christmas is a chipboard piece. And then here I stuck in some tags. So again, my second mat is not glued down, so that I can stick some tags in here. And I was gonna put some ribbon on here, I just didn't get time to do it. And then this piece right here is also a wooden die cut. But I just love this. This is just an example of a very quick scrapbook page I put together in less than 10 minutes. Very, very simple to do. And all of these papers are included in the collection kit, Simple Stories Vintage Christmas Lodge collection kit. And then what I did is, I had so much left over, I decided to make another Christmas card. And this is not using the Simple Stories card kit. This is using papers and stickers that I got in the Simple Stories collection kit. And then I also purchased the puffy stickers. So here is a Christmas card that I made. So you can see this is a puffy sticker. It's like 3 layers of stickers, which is really nice. And you can see it here too, 3 layers of stickers. And it comes just like that. So you just peel the back off and stick it on. Then I just, you know, layered a piece of gingham paper in the back. I cut out 2 more pieces of paper, a little bit larger than my black piece that I used. This black piece of paper, actually in the back of this, if I were to take this off, is a cardinal. So rather than just make it plain with the cardinal showing, I took the sticker and put it on top of the cardinal, and I just like the way that looks. Then I just used these stickers. I just pulled them off the sticker sheet and just layered them here, and then I put the wreath there, and that's it. Then another piece of paper had a really nice sentiment on it. So I went ahead and layered a piece of cardstock on the back of the card, and then I put the sentiment right on top. And depending upon who I'm sending this to, I'll either write their name here and sign it, or I'll use this area here to write them a note, a longer note. So that's just a fun little card I made. It took me maybe 10 minutes. And I always try to finish off my envelope. So I just took a little bit of that gingham paper, and I made a pretty envelope, and I just stuck a little sticker right there. So that's it. Really fun. And I'm really enjoying it. It is such a nice break from my cross stitching, because I am doing so much stitching right now. But it's nice to step away for a few minutes and just get my hands gluey and sticky and all the things you would never do with cross stitching, right? We never want dirty hands when we're cross stitching. Then I thought I would just share with you, just real quick, these are 2 pages I made last year, just so that you get a sneak peek of some of the things that you'll be seeing if you start to follow me on Wednesdays for paper crafting. Here is a layout I did. This is maybe 2 years old. But here's a layout I did a couple years ago. What I wanted you to see is how I stitched the paper here. We all remember stickles and how popular they were. They still are. I layered the snowman, put some stickles on there. Plenty of room here for me to put some photos in. And I believe I'm going to put Kobe's photos in here this year. And then here is page 2. I just used some ribbons. I had a little charm I stuck on here, more stickles with my snowflakes, another snowman. You can see I just used some dots underneath here to give it a little bit of height. And then again, just lots of layering of my mats. So those, this is my 2-page spread that I did that I wanted you to see so that you can see some of the examples of what I do when I paper craft. So I guess, you know, that's all I have as far as that goes. But Wednesday, you'll see lots more. I'm going to debut 4 new collections that we're carrying for Christmas. So if you're ready to start Christmas crafting, be a good time to tune in. Okay, let me give you some retreat updates, and then we will jump right into cross stitch. So for the All Things Autumn Retreat in Asheville, which is November 4th through 7th, or 5th through 7th, we have 6 openings left, 6. So if you would like to attend the All Things Autumn Retreat in Asheville, North Carolina with Stitching with the Housewives and with Anabellas, send an email to anabellasshop@gmail.com. Let me know that you would like to register. I will send you an invoice right out. It'll be due within 24 hours or we'll go to the next person on the wait list. So please reach out if you would like to attend. All Things Winter Retreat, registration is currently open. That retreat will be held at the beginning of January. Primrose Cottage Stitches are the guest designers. We're very excited to be having them. And you can register right online at crossstitchretreats.com. And I hope that you will consider joining us in South Florida. It's a wonderful time of year. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you there. And then just a heads up, the All Things Spring Retreat with Teresa Kogut will be held in Lansing, Michigan. And we expect registration to open up at the end of this month. So stay tuned. I will announce it. You'll get a week's notice before registration officially opens. But you can plan on the end of October, maybe the very beginning of November, for the All Things Spring Retreat with Teresa Kogut. I'm very excited about that. Okay, so let me take you through, if you'd like to spend some time seeing some new things that have come into the shop this past week. I'm going to share with you some things that are back in stock that I thought you might like, that you have not seen before or haven't seen in a while. And then I'm going to highlight a Christmas series, Christmas cross stitch series. So I'll probably do that every week now, from now until Christmas. Is each week I will highlight a couple of Christmas charts or an entire Christmas series, so that if you are thinking about what in the world am I going to stitch this year for the holidays, you'll be able to look at some oldies but goodies. New releases for Christmas, you'll see every week as designers release them. But if you're looking for something a little bit older, or perhaps it's a designer that you might have forgotten about, or it's something I see in the shop that I think you guys might like, I'll go ahead and highlight it here. So today we'll do that as well. So sit back, relax, stitch along, have a cup of coffee, whatever you'd like, and I will try to go through this quickly, but still give you time to take a good peek at everything. Okay, no random order. This is just, the basket is filled. So I just threw everything in the basket. So we're gonna have some fun with this today. Okay, Calico Confectionery. Love this. This has been out of stock. It is back in stock. Shine On Harvest Moon. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous fall design. You can grab this in the shop. It is about 8 3/4 by 8 3/4 when it's complete. But it's simple to stitch. You can see it's not very elaborate, so you should be able to whip this out pretty quick. Wouldn't this be nice hanging up in your home around Thanksgiving? And it is all DMC floss, so very easy. It was stitched on 32 count Vintage Sahara Belfast by Zweigart. So there you go. And then she even tells you the type of frame. She just purchased a plain wood frame, 10 by 10, and it fits perfectly when finished. So there you go. Then I have 2 charts by Barbara Anna. These have not been in stock. They are now in the shop. They are not new, but they are very nice. This is called Christmas Joy. Sorry about the glare. Christmas Joy by Barbara Anna. You can see the snowmen and the deer and the little houses and Kris Kringle. And then we also have Merry Christmas. And I just think the snowman is so stinking cute. Merry Christmas. Isn't that neat? So there you go. 2 by Barbara Anna. These two charts just came in. These are by Jeanette Douglas. I did mention them last week, but I didn't have the charts. So I think I showed you just like a yucky picture, which I tend to do before they get here. But let me show it to you now. This is Christmas cheer. These are little pillows that you can make. All of them are included by Jeanette Douglas. And I believe it says, Merry Christmas, 'tis the season, happy holidays, peace on earth, and joy. Great little gifts, great dobo fillers, great ornaments, lots of things you can do with those little pillows. Then we have Good Tidings. And Good Tidings is also, this was actually stitched on 40 count R&R Winter Brew, but can be done on any count or any color of neutral fabric. And this is about 2.5 by 5 when complete. Isn't that nice? Love Jeanette Douglas. So there we have that. And then today we got in from Heart and Hand, Cecile, Doodles Christmas. So if you're not familiar, she does have a couple of other doodles in her doodle series. On the back is Doodles Winter. And we also have Doodles Halloween. I'm not sure if there's a Doodles Spring or a Doodles Summer. I didn't look before I came in here to record, but this is the most recent, and this is Doodles Christmas. So there you go. And then, oh, I don't have our chart here, but last week I showed you my FFO on our Happy Harvest. Well, the chart is now here. So this is Anabella's release, our most recent release. This is Happy Harvest. This was stitched on 16 count barn clay Ada by Witchell. And the stitch count is about 112 by 112. So it's maybe 7 by 7 when finished. This is available both in PDF and in paper format in the Etsy shop. So that is Happy Harvest. Then we got in by Cherry Hill Studio. Rudolph's Reindeer Games. Look at how cute that is. So Rudolph's Reindeer Games. This is about 7 inches by 4 1/4. And she stitched this on 16 count fabric, actually 32 count Vintage Country Mocha Belfast, which is basically the equivalent of 16 count. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Is his nose red? It is. I was just making sure Rudolph's nose was red. So adorable. Then, this is kind of exciting. I don't know if you're familiar with Samplers and Primitives. We have been carrying their PDF charts for a couple of years, and she recently began to have her charts available through one of the distributors, and so I went ahead and got for you all of the ones that she has released in paper format, and they're really, really nice. So here is the ones that are now available by Samplers Primitives in the Etsy shop only, and this one is called A Celebration of Acorns. Just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love those colors. Celebration of Acorns. This one is absolutely perfect. This is Be Thankful. So you have the turkey, you have the witch's hat, you have the pumpkin, great color scheme. And that is called Be Thankful. This one is adorable. This was very popular all last year, and now I'm sure it will be again. This is Cats and Snowflakes. So there are some white snowflakes here. The glare is taking it away, but I don't know if you can see it. Cats and Snowflakes. This one I love. This is called Gather. And I've shown this to, I might have shown this to you before, but I'm not sure. But this is an awesome Thanksgiving stitch. Then we have Autumn Quaker 2. Look at the little squirrels. They're so cute. Little acorns. So that's Autumn Quaker 2. Then we have her pretty Rose Quaker. The rose is gorgeous. Look at those colors. So there you go. Those are the now printed charts available by Samplers and Primitives. I'm almost positive I showed this last week, but I'm going to show it again because who knows? Maybe I didn't. Matilda's Bedtime. No, I'm pretty sure I did show this last week. Anyway, Chrissy over at Finally a Farm Girl. This is her latest release. And this is Matilda's Bedtime. And there's Matilda holding her teddy bear, having a little bit of hot cocoa before she goes to bed. I just love this. So there you go. Matilda's Bedtime. Oh. Then last week, I also felt bad because I was showing you Little House Needleworks Petites, and I showed you the Autumn Petites, and I didn't pull the Thanksgiving Petites. But because Little House Needleworks is such a beloved designer, I pulled the Thanksgiving Petites and wanted to show those to you here. So those are the Thanksgiving Petites. She stitched these on 32 count toasted almond linen, and they're only about 2 3/4. So they really are petites. And of course you get all 4 charts as shown, and she stitched using all of her classic Colorworks floss. She does list the DMC conversions on the back. So you get the list of the classic Colorworks, and then of course in parentheses would be your DMC equivalents. But these are cute. And this is the second chart release in the new Petites series. So you have Autumn Petites, and now you have Thanksgiving Petites. So I guess you can start thinking about what her Christmas Petites are and Winter Petites are going to look like. But if you want Thanksgiving, there you go. Then we have, I got things out of order here, Manny to Donna. Now, Manny to Donna is an Italian designer. The designer's name is Simona. Manny to Donna is the name of her company. And I met her at Nashville when we were at the Nashville Needlework Expo. And she is absolutely lovely. Now, we were out of her charts because there was a lag time from when they shipped from Italy. We sold out of the pre-orders, and then we had to wait till the distributor got them locally in the States. So now we have all of, most of her Needlework Expo charts here. So let me show you this. This is the Blessing of Christmas. So the original model was stitched on 32 count Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works, and it measures 109 by 79, the stitch count, which is about 17 by 27 piece of fabric that you would use. Then I thought these were really cute. This is her Joyful series, and I'm going to show you 3. This is Joyful Carol. I remember going Christmas caroling when my mom was alive, just like a couple years before she died. And that's a good memory. So when I saw this, I thought, gosh, how fun. And we were wearing our pajamas. I'll never forget that. I was wearing a pink polyester silky nightgown. And I thought it was weird to be Christmas caroling in my pajamas, but, who knew? Okay, this one is Believe. And this is stitched on, again, the 32 count Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works. So all of these are stitched on the same fabric. So cute. And then Baking. Cute. So those are Simona's, Manny to Donna's. Then we have Noel in Rouge, Christmas in Red. Now, I ran out of this because it was so popular, and now I have a bunch of the reds back in. I think we have a couple of the blues, Noel in Blue. This is Noel in Rouge, or Christmas in Red, and everybody loves Christmas sweaters, so I thought, let me show this again, because if you're looking for something really fun to stitch up, to use as a gift tag maybe, or as a Christmas office exchange or something of that sort, these would be really, really cute. So there you go. And Vanna Pfeiffer from the Twisted Stitcher did the finishing, and there is a tutorial, and you get the channel here, so you can just go right to it and watch the finishing tutorial, or read the finishing tutorial. I don't think it's a video. I think it's written instructions. Then back in stock is Quilt Snowman. This is just flies off the shelf every single year. This is not a new chart. It actually came out in 1996, but it is probably one of the most popular charts that this particular designer, Diane Arthurs, released over Christmas. So look at that. I love him. He's in my stash. I haven't started him yet. He's kitted up. I haven't started him. He reminds me of my Aunt Millie. This looks like something she would have absolutely loved. So who knows? Maybe I'll start it this week for Cross Stitch Christmas week. We'll talk about that in a minute. Lori Holt. We are huge Lori Holt fans here at Anabella's. If you haven't joined our Lori Holt Stitch and Sew Facebook group, the link is below. She has a series of cross-stitch cards. They're called stitch cards. They're very small cross-stitch charts that you can stitch up pretty quickly. And she is all the way through set N. So set N just came out. We carry all of the letters in the alphabet, A through N. So that is an example of all the 4 charts that are going to be included in your stitch card set. So these are really fun to stitch. They don't take very long at all. It's a little guy in the back, the little gnome. He's so cute. They're 34 by 34, so they're really tiny and fun to stitch up. So that is Stitch Card Set N. It just came in. We have 3 new charts by Curie e Betacuro. I still can't say it, never will. You wouldn't know I'm Italian. But let me show you these 3. The first one is Christmas is Hope. Look at the sheep. Aren't they cute? I love the presents on their back. So that is Christmas is Hope. And that is stitched on 35 count Edinburgh Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart. And she used DMC floss. Then we have Christmas is Joy. I absolutely love the geese. They are so cute. Same fabric. Christmas is Joy. So cute. And then last of her brand new releases are Twinkle Twinkle Christmas Star. So pretty. And this fabric is 35 count Mini Dots Natural by Zweigart, Edinburgh. Not pretty. Look at that snowflake. Oh my goodness. So these 3 just arrived. Okay, then I've been out of this series. It just came back in. It was released by Annie Bees at the Needlework Expo, and we just got them back in. So let me show them to you. This is Christmas in the Country. These are gift tag ornaments. We have set 1. So you get all 3 cross-stitch charts as shown in set 1. And look at how cute those gift tags are. Aren't those fun? And she gives you finishing instructions right on the back. So you can, finish them off the way she did. It looks very simple, easy to find supplies right there. But this is part 1 or set 1. And then set 2 is also adorable. Just look how cute those are. Little snowman, little wagon, Christmas truck. So I don't know if she's going to have more releases in these, or if this is just the 2 sets, but we shall see. Okay, let's see. I've got more. I've got quilting stuff to show you too, and I've got some other stuff. So let me do this first. Okay, this just arrived by Twin Peak Primitives. The twins do ornament books, and they did one for Halloween. And then this is their 2022 Christmas ornament book. So it's actually not a bound book. So they're calling it a book, but I want to just make sure you know, because I had a couple people comment about the Halloween book. It's not bound. These are just loose charts that you'll get in here, but you will receive every one of the designs as shown here. So let me show you a little bit slowly so you can see them all. Look at this one, Santa behind the window on the sleigh. Aren't those pretty? And the cardinal I just love, of course. So there you go, the candy cane. So this is Christmas Ornaments Book 2022 by Twin Peak Primitives. Just arrived. There's some weeks where we don't get anything in the shop, and then there's other weeks where it's like, oh my goodness, look at all the stuff we got in the shop. Okay, before we move on to quilting and some notions, I want to show you a series that I wanted to but I wanted to share with you this week because on Sunday, which is, I believe, the 13th, where are my notes? Sunday is the 16th. We start here at Anabella's Cross Stitch Christmas Week. So I'm going to put the hashtag above. We take 1 week every month all year long as cross stitchers, and we put aside all of our current whips and strictly focus on Christmas. The philosophy is that if we do that 1 solid week every month, that by the time Christmas comes around, we'll actually have some FFOs. So you can do anything you'd like during Cross Stitch Christmas Week. You can stitch a bunch of things that are in your Christmas stash. You can stitch one thing that's in your Christmas stash and finish it, or you can start something new. But I hope you'll join us. Be sure if you do to use the hashtag, put it out on social media, share your work in the Facebook group, post it on Instagram. We would love to see what you're stitching up for this Christmas season. And if you're looking for a fun series to start, let me show you one by Little House Needleworks. I've shown this series before. I did last year. I probably will every year as we go through this time in our stitching season because this has always been very, very popular. It's a beautiful series by Little House Needleworks. It's called Jack Frost's Tree Farm. So this is part 1. So in part 1, you'll stitch this entire piece right here. And it is all stitched with classic Colorworks floss. This particular series was stitched on 30 count Portobello Studio line linen from Access Commodities. But I'm sure that you can find any light colored fabric of your choice. Now, she does talk about finishing on the back. You can also go to her website and read about how you can either stitch these singly or on one huge piece of fabric. But this would be Jack Frost Tree Farm Part 1. Part 2 is Douglas Fir. I love that. Look at the tree on the little, I love this. Reminds me of the Griswolds, the movie The Griswolds with the little wooden side on the car. Douglas Fir. This one is Family Fun. Looks like they're out looking for their Christmas tree. They certainly found one. That thing's huge. That won't fit on the back of their car. So that's Family Fun. Part 4 is Balsam Fir. Everybody loves a red Christmas truck. That's Balsam Fir. Next is Hot Cocoa. That sounds really good. Hot Cocoa. And then part 6 is Fresh Pines. I love the sleigh. The cardinal. And last in the series is part 7, which is Cookies. So this is a 7-part series. And again, it's called Jack Frost. We do carry all of the charts. And like I said, if you're looking for something to stitch this year, this would be a really fun series. So every week I'll highlight something, and I don't know that it'll always be 7 charts in one series, but it'll be something Christmas related that I thought you might want to see. Okay, let me get a sip of water. Now let me show you some brand new quilt patterns that have come in. And if you aren't a quilter, you can hop out, if you don't want to sit through this. But I'm going to show some quilt patterns, and then I'm going to show some charm packs that came in, some woolly charms. Okay. Coriander Quilts, Corey Yoder. This is Wooded Whimsy. This is such a fun quilt to make. You use a jelly roll, you use a half a yard of binding fabric, 4 yards of backing fabric, and then it's 1/8 and 1/3 of a yard of everything else, and you can pull right from your stash. And as I've always said, you don't have to go out and buy the fabric that's shown here, which is called Holly Berry Fabric by Corey Yoder for Moda Fabrics. You might be able to find it, but if not, go through your stash. All you'll need is just to pull these colorways in the reds and the greens and what have you, and you can make it your own. So there you go. Love that. Wooded Whimsy. And this is a 60 by 72 finished quilt when you're through. Then by Fig Tree, we have, what is this called? Oh, Yuletide Spice. And she used a honey bun, which is just basically a 1.5 inch strip pre-cut fabric roll. So look at that. See, you just cut your fabric strips. Look how easy that is. Oh, there goes the doorbell again. Once the shop is open, that thing's going to have to be disconnected because it'll be going off, I hope, every few minutes. So there you go. Look at that's a table runner. So this pattern includes both the table runner and the quilt. So you can do both, or you can do one, maybe do the table runner this year, do the quilt next year, whatever. But very easy. Then we have 4 charts, four patterns that I'm going to show you real quick by the pattern basket, because these are really great. And some of us are starting to think about stitching, sewing up a quilt for the holidays. So this is Let It Snow. I can't wait till I can set up my sewing room. The truck from Florida, Terry's going down on Sunday, this Sunday, and the truck is coming next week. So everything that is still sitting in Florida is going to get packed up by the movers, thank God, and then brought up here. Not half, but quite a bit of the furniture is coming here to the shop. You know, we're still working on getting it open. And where I'm recording right now in my studio is actually going to be our stitchy space for our local folks that want to come and sit and stitch. So my dining room is going to come in here, which is a beautiful table for everyone to sit around and spend some stitchy time together. So I'm really excited that I'm keeping my dining room set. I was heartbroken because it doesn't really fit in our log home. I was heartbroken to have to give that up, but I'm excited that it's coming. And so is all of my sewing room, my craft room, which is, you know, my sewing room, craft room. That is all coming, and that is going into what I haven't told my girls yet, used to be their bedroom. No more bedroom for them. They're going to go in the guest room, which is my son's room if they come to visit. But mommy is taking over the girls' room as her sewing / craft room, and it overlooks the mountains. So I hope to spend a lot of time in there. And I hope to work on some of these quilts because boy, have I missed quilting. So I showed you Let It Snow by the Pattern Basket. This one is called North Star. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And she says she used 20 fat 1/8 blocks and about 3.5 yards for backing and 1 1/4 yard for her sashing. So that's it. Very nice. This one's really cute. I'd like to make this one for my grandchildren. This is ready for Santa. Look at how cute those are. And basically, this is 1 layer cake. So if you're not sure what a layer cake is actually something that Moda uses. It is a 10 by 10 fabric square pre-cuts. So you get maybe 40 10 by 10 squares in a pre-cut stack, and they call it a layer cake. Other companies just call it, you know, a fabric squares. But you would use 1 layer cake or 1 stack of 10 by 10 fabric squares to create this. And then 2 1/4 yards of background fabric, 2 yards for the outside border, 4 yards for the backing, and then about 1 3/4 yards for the border and binding. So all of your fabric requirements are always on the back. And if you look at the colors in here, like I said, you know, look at the blues. You might have a lot of things that you can use right in your stash. If you don't want to go out and invest in a pre-cut layer cake. So always check your stash first. That's ready for Santa. I think it's so cute. And then last is Ribbons and Bows, which is just beautiful. And Ribbons and Bows, again, uses a layer cake or 40 10 by 10 squares. And if you have any of those colors in your stash, you could just pull those and use those. She used 2 yards for background, 2 yards for the border, 4 yards for the backing, and 3/4 yard for the binding. But the pattern basket, she just does beautiful, beautiful quilt patterns and table runners and all kinds of things. So be sure if you go to the Etsy shop to type in the pattern basket, and all of the patterns that we sell will pop up for you. And last, I just wanted to show you this because it's back in stock. Barb Adams and Alma Allen from Blackbird Designs did publish In Full Bloom. Now, this is a book of 9 quilt and 9 projects from Blackbird Designs. So this is back in stock, and it has everything in here. There's all kinds of fun designs. Let me see how many. Well, I said 9, right? Yeah, there's 9, but let me tell you how many are quilts and how many are other things. So you might want to know that. So she's got hand applique instructions. She's got Posies in the Valley Quilt, Berry Vine Wreath Quilt, Lily's Pin Keep, Mama's New Bag, Patchwork Posies Quilt, Fresh Picked Table Mat, Wild Bloom Quilt, In Full Bloom Quilted Pillow, and Wind in the Meadow Hooked Rug. So those are all of the things that you are going to get in here. Mama's New Bag is kind of cute. Look at that. I remember my mom carrying something like that. Look at how cute that is. That's neat. Let me see if I can show you something else in here. This is the Berry Vine Wreath Quilt. Very pretty. And then I want to see that pretty pillow that she's got on the bed. That's pretty. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, look at that. Patchwork Posies. Wow. That is gorgeous. Patchwork Posies. I'm looking for the pillow. Oh, here it is. I love it. This is In Full Bloom. So that is what's on the cover. But there it is. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. So there you go. These are vintage looks for easy cottage style. Okay, so that's everything I have from a quilting standpoint. And then our woolly charms. These are by In the Patch Designs. I've showed these to you once before, but not these colors. So these are brand new colors that just came in. They're kind of seasonal in nature, so I wanted to show them to you now because as you're thinking about how you're going to finish off some of your cross-stitch pieces that you might be working on for the holidays, you could use these woolly charms on the back of your pillows if you're going to make a slit and stuff, and then you need something to cover it. So let me just show you these. There's lots of ways you can use these charm packs. These are 5x5 charm packs. They are wool. And this is the reds. So this is the reds. And of course you get all these different colors in the reds. They're look at that Christmas red. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I love these, and I'm going to have them, you know, one of each in my stash at home. They're very easy and fun to grab when you're doing finishing. So those are the reds that just came in. And see, this is the Christmas green. So these are the greens. And there's shades of green. So think of this as a colorway. So you have like the back of this looks turquoisey, but it really isn't. It's really just a green. It's my lighting. But you can see, right? That looks turquoisey. But to me, when I look at it away from the light, it doesn't. So who knows? More hair. That's like a herringbone. Isn't that pretty? So these are the greens. Then we have Prim Pumpkin. This just came in. So this is Prim Pumpkin. So you have your oranges. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. Those look like little pumpkins, don't they? There you go. So that is Prim Pumpkin. Then we have the yellows. Oh, again with that pretty design. I love that. That's probably my favorite. Oh, I like this one. It's nice and soft. Then we have Christmas. So this is a charm pack that has blues, reds, and greens. So let me show you that. We only have 3 of these, so I'm sorry. First 3, once they're gone, they're gone. The distributor doesn't have any more in stock, and I don't know if they're going to get them, but I'll try to get more if these sell out. But you get the 2 reds. You get 1 blue, because these are 5 in a charm pack, and then you get 2 greens. But that's fun, right? Just to have something to pull for Christmas, for backings. And then last, which I really like, actually, I didn't think I would, but I really like these grays. These are the grays. I don't know why I'm licking my finger. It's silly. It's like, it's not paper, Elaine. What are you doing? That's really neat. Isn't that neat? So those are the grays. So again, lots of things you can do with these. But I wanted you to see them because I haven't shown the woolly charm packs in a couple weeks, and I didn't want you guys to forget about them because who wants to run to Michael's or Hobby Lobby this time of year when everybody in the world is there getting ready to start crafting? Some people only do things, you know, seasonally. They only, you know, get into their sewing room or start crafting or paper crafting or quilting or what have you, you know, October, November, December. So there's that. Okay, that's all I have. I mentioned Christmas Cross Stitch Week. Like I said, that starts on the 16th. I told you Wednesday, starting this coming Wednesday, we're going to be doing Paper Craft Wednesday. So every Wednesday I will be doing something on YouTube about paper crafting, whether it's card making or scrapbooking or, you know, any type of making. That's where you'll find me. Happy Mail last week. I only had a couple people that responded last week, which was very strange. So I only give you 10 days, you know, from a video time to raise your hand and say my name was announced and this is my mailing address. So, you know, you've got a couple more days to hop on if you are a winner that was announced on last week's video. So if you are new to my channel, to participate in Happy Mail, you have to comment on the question that I'm going to pose. You have to be over the age of 18 so I can ask for your mailing address, and you have to be a subscriber to my channel. So last week, I asked everybody, what is your favorite floss? And I believe by and far it is DMC. It seems that everybody loves DMC, but also Classic Colorworks and Weeks Dye Works, and you know, there were some others. So if you'd like to go back and read the comments, feel free to do so. But I want to tell you who our winners are. So if I mention your name, please send an email to anabellasshop@gmail.com. I will get your Happy Mail out to you next week, which will be as of Monday. Stuff will start going out. And then I'll go ahead and do last week's too, because I'm just waiting to see if any of the other folks hop up and, you know, give me their information. So thank you, ladies. The winners last week are Christine.Stitches, Debbie Flaff, F-L-A-U-G-H. I hope I'm saying that right. Debbie Flaff, Deborah Brown, Delnora Jane Seck, Tammy Morgan, and Gail Burrows. So thank you very much, ladies. Thank you for participating. Thank you for taking the time to comment. I read everybody's comments. I appreciate it. And thank you for all of your kind wishes about my car accident. It means a lot to me. Thank you for caring about me. You guys are the best. Okay, so this week's question is going to be, here's the question. What is your favorite time of year? You know, I mentioned earlier about fall, and maybe I'll go ahead and stick a couple pictures in at the end of the video so that you can see what fall looks like here in my town of Waynesville and Maggie Valley, North Carolina. But what is your favorite time of year? Pick one season. Tell me why it's your favorite time of year and what season it is. Okay, that would be great. And then we will pick winners next week on next week's FlossTube. Tuesday, if you'd like, you can join us for our Tuesday Sit and Stitch-In. We haven't done it in 2 weeks, so this will be the first week we've done it in a while. We sit and stitch in live between 7 and 10 via Zoom. If you would like to hop in and stitch along with us, you don't have to stay for the whole 2 hours. You don't have to stitch, you know, Winter Rose Manor, which is what we started with originally. You can stitch whatever you'd like. But if you'd like to join us, send me an email to anabellasshop@gmail.com and put Sit and Stitch in the subject line, and I will be sure to send you the invite. Those go out on Sunday nights, and then Tuesday from 7 to 9 is when we all get together via Zoom, and that is Eastern Standard Time. So until then, I hope you get in lots of time to do all the things you love with the people you love the most. Until then, be happy, be well, and most of all, be kind. See you soon.